Hello there, and welcome to Birdman Reads. I'm Birdman, and I'm going to do some reading for you. Terrifying thought, isn't it? Today we're going to be reading a customer review from Amazon.co.uk, because why not? Why wouldn't we do that? We're going to be doing a review on Veet, the men's hair removal cream from hell. This is a 5-star out of 5-star rating, so should be a humdinger. Let's begin. After having been told my danglies looked like an elderly Rastafarian, I decided to take the plunge and buy some of this, as previous shaving attempts had only been mildly successful, and I nearly put my back out trying to reach the more difficult bits. Being a bit of a romantic, I thought I would do the deed on the missus's birthday, as a bit of a treat. I ordered it well in advance, and working in the North Sea, I considered myself a bit above some of the characters writing the previous reviews, and wrote them off as the soft office types. Oh, my fellow sufferers, how wrong I was. I waited until the other half was tucked up in bed, and after giving some vague hints about a special surprise, I went down to the bathroom. Initially, all went well, and I applied the gel and stood waiting for something to happen. I didn't have to wait long. At first, there was a gentle warmth, which in a matter of seconds was replaced by an intense burning, and a feeling I can only describe as like being given a barbed wire wedgie by two people intent on hitting the ceiling with my head. Religion hadn't featured much in my life until that night, but I suddenly began willing to convert to any religion to stop the violent burning around the turd tunnel, and what seemed like the destruction of the meat and two veg. Struggling to not bite through my bottom lip, I tried to wash the gel off in the sink, and only succeeded in blocking the plug hole with a mat of hair. Through the haze of tears, I struggled out of the bathroom, across the hall, into the kitchen. By this time, walking was not really possible, and I crawled the final yard to the fridge in the hope of some form of cold relief. I yanked the freezer drawer out and found a tub of ice cream, tore off the lid and positioned it underneath me. The relief was fantastic, but only temporary, as it melted fairly quickly, and the fiery stabbing soon returned. Due to the shape of the ice cream tub, I hadn't managed to give the starfish any treatment, and I groped around in the drawer for something else, as I was sure my vision was going to fail fairly soon. I grabbed a bag of what I later found out was frozen sprouts, tore it open, and was trying to be quiet as I did so. I took a handful of them and tried in vain to clench some between the cheeks of my arse. This was not doing the trick, as some of the gel had found its way up the chutney tunnel, and I felt like the space shuttle was running its engines behind me. This was probably and hopefully the only time in my life I was going to wish that there was a gay snowman in the kitchen, which should give you some idea of the depths I was willing to sink to in order to ease the pain. The only solution my pain-crazed mind could come up with was to gently ease one of the sprouts where no veg had gone before. Unfortunately, alerted by the strange grunts coming from the kitchen, the other half chose that moment to come and investigate, and was greeted by the sight of me, arse in the air, strawberry ice cream dripping from my bell end, and pushing a sprout up my arse while smuttering, "Oh, that feels good." Understandingly, this was a shock to her, and she let out a scream, and as I hadn't heard her come in, it caused an involuntary spasm of shock in myself, which resulted in the sprout being ejected at quite some speed in her direction. I can understand that having a sprout farted against your leg at 11 at night in the kitchen probably wasn't the special surprise she was expecting, and having to explain to the kids the next day what the strange hollow in the ice cream was didn't improve my status. So, to sum it up, Veet hair removes hair, dignity, and self-respect. Well, there we have it. A story about shoving ice cream up your bottom to deal with having your hair removed by Veet. Only matched by tea tree mint shower gel. Of course, such pain can only be comprehended by those who have endured it. I do rather hope you've enjoyed listening to me read these words on a screen, and if you have, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me to do more stuff, because I'd really like to go somewhere and actually use this voice that I have. I'm Birdman, and I'm going to go to bed. Goodbye.